I think the part that had me like going crazy is when the old girl, the manly chick, and her old boy got it on. It's like, you know
how god, the sex scene.
Yeah, you know how a guy would throw the girl to the wall and like then they like commit coitus. Like she threw him to the wall and he couldn't move. Yo, that's scary as fuck.
Oh yeah. Unfortunately, I watched that. God, that was so weird.
Man, I was like, no. I'm like, you lost your man card, and he tried to push her back, and she did not move or budge. I'm like, oh my god.
So what? Oh, we're talking about Last of Us 2.
Yeah.
Abby's manly sex scene.
Yeah. You tell New York Keys to put her cheese fingers on that one.
I mean, that's a prime example, man. It's like, if you let your girl get strong, then she's going to start throwing you to the wall, and you're going to be the bitch at that point.
Hi, people. This is Killer J here.
Oh, Liam.
Yeah. We're back, once again.
With a review for The Last of Us 2.
On the PS4, and soon to be on the PS5.
Mm-hmm.
And the director is very well known. His name is Neil Druckmann.
Mm-hmm. He's
known for bad reasons. Why?
What kind of reasons?
Very bad reasons.
Very bad ones.
Very bad ones. It's a big pot to get into there.
Okay.
People call him the C word a lot there. Yeah.
Do you think he's difficult to work for then?
Well, apparently he's difficult to work for, apparently.
Mm-hmm.
That's why the Naughty Dog employee leaked out the game there, leaked out the cutscenes there.
Mm-hmm.
That's why there was a whole debacle with Joel dying with Abby there. Everyone's seen the cutscene there. They leaked it on the internet there, and then the whole DMCA, they took down the cutscenes of DMCA strikes and all that. Furnish is what it is.
Mm-hmm.
You play as Abby and Ellie.
Mm-hmm.
Abby's very controversial, but she kills off Joel in a very golf clubbing way.
Spoiler alert.
Yeah, spoiler indeed. The only time you can play as Joel during is the opening intro.
Right.
Yeah, you don't play him anymore in that. But you do play as Ellie. You can see him in the flashbacks. You play as Ellie with Joel's in the flashbacks there.
Mm-hmm.
It was really good flashbacks. Yeah, indeed. It's a very good game there. I don't know if I would call it a good game. I call it an okay game there.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe like a 5 out of 10. For me, it'd be a 5 out of 10. I don't know about you there. I was going to give it a 7 up until that ending.
The story was very by the numbers. It was very predictable. That's maybe my main gripe, besides, the whole controversy that went on. But it has its moments. There's definitely a few high moments in there. It's not as tightly bound as the first game. It's not as suspenseful, but when it works, it works.
Yeah, it
without,
works.
Spoiling anything, of course.
Yeah. And this is part of a holiday special.
Mm-hmm.
So this is going to be up in early December. Sorry about the delay because I have 4 more reviews left after this, sir. And after that, I'm done there.
Mm-hmm.
This is part of season 14, though. Forgot, people. Turn the shop window there. So don't play game music there. Don't hear any copyright music there.
Mm-hmm.
Hope they didn't play any. You didn't hear any copyright music now?
What's that?
You didn't hear any copyright music now?
No, I didn't hear any.
Okay, good. That's what I want to know. Mm-hmm. Okay, this is Abby's gameplay there. She's shooting a zombie there.
Mm-hmm.
Abby's not the transgender character, it's Lev that's the transgender character.
Yeah.
People thought it was Abby there.
A lot of people did think that she's just very athletic.
Yeah.
Very well built, which you would need to be if you want to survive under those conditions, right?
Yes. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. Yeah. Yes.
So, what did you think about the story?
I thought the story was very predictable there.
Mm-hmm.
I knew we were going to kill off Joel, but they did it in a stupid way there. I thought you should have did it in the cutscene where you play as Joel in that one part there.
Mm-hmm.
Then you fight out some of Abby and her men there. Then you could have had Abby kill off Joel with a shotgun or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
But you complete as Joel up to that point until Joel died or something.
Yeah.
Would have been a little bit nicer than just the opening intro there.
Mm-hmm.
Should at least let you play him in the flashbacks a little bit there.
Oh yeah.
Abby's fighting that zombie there, freaking boot his face there.
What do you think about the flashbacks?
The flashbacks are really well done there.
Mm-hmm.
Some of the best parts of the game are the flashbacks, especially the moments of Ellie and Joel. That's like the best parts of the game.
Yep.
That's like the breakout moment there.
Mm-hmm.
That's when you're just like, okay, yeah, this is pretty good there.
Yeah.
Up until the flashback ends, like, damn. Now this is bad again.
Yeah.
Because I know Abby, at the end there, Abby bit off Ellie's fingers and
Mm-hmm.
Ellie lost a lot there.
Right. Spoiler alert.
Yeah. Dean and the baby took off, so did Tommy.
Mm-hmm.
I thought Tommy was dead in the theater, but Abby shot him. I don't know how he survived that.
Luck.
Luck, I guess, yeah.
Plot armor.
Plot armor, yeah. If only Joel was like that, he'd be fine. But, yeah. They'll probably kill off Tommy in the sequel.
Mm.
Last of Us 3, Tommy's dead. Then probably Abby's gonna come back as a freaking roid rage zombie.
As a what?
Roid rage zombie.
You never know.
Who knows? But it is supposed to be on PS5, this game.
Mm. What did you think about the gameplay?
The gameplay is probably, pretty good. The gameplay is good there.
Mm-hmm.
The gameplay is probably the best part of the game as well as the gameplay. It's probably some of the best gameplay you've seen there. You got a lot of good variety of weapons too.
Mm-hmm.
You got machine gun. You got an assault. You got like an assault rifle or however you shoot, like a machine gun. You got handguns, pistols, shotguns, hunting rifles, cocktails, stick bombs, health kits, shivs. You got some of those stuff there. The shivs help you with the clickers there because the clickers are annoying there.
Mm-hmm.
I remember how bad the clickers were in the first game. Because you had to fight the clickers. Once they grabbed you, you're dead.
Yep.
I remember that from the first game. Which I did. I did finish the first game there.
Mm-hmm.
It was really fun. It was the game was developed by Naughty Dog Naughty Dog.
Yep.
And published by Sony Interactive Entertainment there.
Mm-hmm.
So he's making interactive games. Apparently this game, well, it says on Wikipedia the game got review bombed there.
Mm-hmm.
People review bombed the show. This game a lot there.
What do you think about the characters in the game?
I think some of the characters were terrible there.
Okay.
They were very terrible there.
Mm-hmm.
They were trying to do this LGBTQ thing or whatever. It didn't really... It doesn't even resonate with them either.
Mm.
They try to represent the gays or whatever you say, not to be mean towards those people there. It didn't really represent it that much. That it didn't do it a good representation. It kind of felt like it was shoved in there just to appease those people. It wasn't really like natural or whatever. It was just more just like shoved in there just for the sake of being that there.
You think for the sake of diversity?
Yeah, that's what it is. Because those people that had LGBTQ, they don't care for that. Mm-hmm. There's some people that say, no, so why is this even here? They don't even know either. They probably just want to enjoy a game for what it is, a good game, just a good story. That's why we want to enjoy it. Because Last of Us 1 there had a good, amazing story there.
Mm-hmm.
Had the best story around, and in one game of the year too. That's the thing.
I'm not really surprised by it taking that turn. It kind of felt like that's where it was going to go for a long time.
Yeah. It was like that with the DLC Left Behind.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. It was a good indeed. Yeah, the story's pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
Part of the need. Oh yeah. Well, I think the story was predictable there. There were some flashbacks that were good. That was probably the best part of the story.
Mm-hmm.
Again,
What about from talking like sides of the flashbacks? What about like in the main progression of the game? Like, what parts of the story did you like?
I probably liked some of Ellie's chapters there.
Mm-hmm.
Ellie's chapters were interacting with some of the past characters was good. Abby's chapters were pretty good. There's one chapter where Abby, you're fighting the people on a truck. That's a pretty good chapter.
Mm-hmm.
That was probably one of the better Abby chapters there. Was the one where you're fighting on that truck and shooting people there.
Mm-hmm.
That was probably one of her better chapters for sure. Yeah, but one of a no.
Is there any parts of the game that stood out?
Let me see. One of the parts that stood out was that chapter. Some of the Ellie chapters where you're fighting those big enemies there.
Mm-hmm.
You're fighting those stalkers enemies. Those are pretty cool. Well, they're very annoying to fight because they always take off. That there, you can't really fight them that well. But the best way you could deal with them is with a shotgun.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So we're going 9 minutes strong with this review. It's pretty good.
Oh yeah.
We're gonna hit 20 minutes or so. It depends how long you want to go for.
I think that's about good.
It's all good now for 10 minutes, yeah?
Oh yeah.
Okay, awesome. Okay. Got the other reviews to do to part 2, so.
Mm-hmm.
So our final verdict is what? What's your verdict?
Give it an 8 out of 10. It's a good game. It has its moments, but it didn't really grip me in and keep me interested like the first game did.
Yeah. I give it a 5.
Mm-hmm.
I give it a 5 because of the ending. I was going to give it a 7, but the ending sucked, so I give it a 5 because of it.
You didn't like the ending?
No, it was terrible.
What didn't you like about it?
Well, let me go into that. Basically, Ellie, lost her finger. She lost the ability to play guitar with Joel, and
Right.
she's all alone now. And there's no Dean or Tommy. She's all alone now.
But do you see why that is? Like, she went back for her revenge after they got away,
Yeah.
but it also cost her everything as well.
Yeah.
She had the opportunity to walk away from it, and she didn't.
Yeah. And that's why the ending sucks. So that's it for now. Goodbye.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, this is Killer J here.
AshTheMan.
And today we're reviewing Last of Us Part 2.
Oh man, how did you like the game?
I like the gameplay. The gameplay was pretty decent there.
Yeah, I think that's like one of the biggest highlights is that the gameplay was really good. What was your favorite thing about the gameplay?
Well, actually, the Ellie and the Joel flashbacks were probably the best moment of this entire game.
Okay. Yeah, it was a memorable moment when you got a chance to have them two interact.
Yeah.
So I really like, especially when he took her to the museum and they became, the little astronaut stuff. Really
Yeah.
good.
I actually like the story.
You really did like the story?
I liked some of the story, not all of it, but some of it there.
Well,
I like the flashback sequence. That's what I mean to say. I like the flashback sequence. Those were the best part of the game.
Right.
But the whole story there, Joel died off, and it was pretty much a bad way to write off his character.
Yes, I wasn't like too good about it, especially since it was like so early on.
I know.
And it's like, I think my biggest disagreement with the story will probably be the fact that Abby herself was a character.
Yeah. Abby herself was a character. Abby was more roided up than anyone else in the entire game.
Yes.
She was the She-Hulk of this game there.
Yeah, the strongest person alive.
Yeah.
Nobody can stop her.
No one can stop her either. She had no chill.
Oh man. But I will highlight one thing though. Last of Us, they get like the biggest thumbs up because their settings is my biggest part of the game.
My best part of Last of Us Part 2 was some of the new monsters they introduced. There was pretty cool zombie types there.
Yes. I know the Rat King was so unsuspected.
Yeah. Especially the stalkers too.
Oh yes.
The stalkers were crazy there.
Yeah, when you got a chance to really like go against them in the way they react is kind of crazy.
Yeah.
Even on bloaters that explodes, they was kind of annoying too.
Oh yeah, for sure.
man.
By the way, go ahead.
I was gonna say, who was your least favorite character out of the cast?
Abby.
Abby. That's everybody's.
Yeah, Abby. Abby and the other guy looked like Neil Druckmann, Manny, or fuck, he looked like Neil Druckmann there, that guy.
Oh, okay.
I gotta find to me he looked like Neil Druckmann. He had the same hairdo as him and the same facial hair.
Oh, wow.
I don't like him because he spit on Joel there. So it was like doing that in a fiducious sense. It wasn't nice there. Especially a character that people grew fond of in the first Last of Us 1 game. Then they shit on it with this one, which is kind of bad there.
Yeah. It was just so crazy because he went out of his way to kind of like save her. And then turn around, she did like the biggest betrayal, in which doesn't really make too much sense.
Yeah. Joel saved Abby, or Joel and Tommy saved Abby, then Abby attacked him with her goons there.
And then in this story, Ellie actually lose some regards to me, especially when it came like to the final part of the game. It just didn't make any sense at that point.
The end of the game was sad there because they both lost a lot. Ellie and Abby both lost a lot.
Right.
Ellie lost Joel. Abby lost her friends there.
Mhm. And it's like she wouldn't. It showed that she would sacrifice herself for vengeance, but didn't go through the vengeance.
Yeah.
Which didn't make any sense.
Ellie had like a PTSD episode in this game there.
Right.
She had a bunch of PTSD episodes when she was picking up something. She'd seen a flashback of Joel, then the whole flashback of Abby killing Joel with the golf putter there, or the golf club, or whatever you want to call it there.
Yeah, the build-up. I think the build-up was like a smart strategy for them building up her frustrations and intentions towards killing Abby, but just didn't execute it.
No. Yeah, it's like,
so if you had to say, what would be like your overall score for the game?
I'll give it a 5 out of 10.
5 out of 10?
Yeah, 5. I was gonna give it a 7, but the ending was fucking pissed me off there. So that's why I gave it a 5. The ending was garbage there. Especially when, that's why I gave it a 5. Not to be, just... I wasn't a big fan of the ending, though. That's what I'm trying to say there.
I understand. I gave it an 8 because I think everything else was like pretty decent besides, Abby and her campaign. Like, if they would have took that out, I think the game would have been regarded a lot better. But since you had to deal with Abby's side, it really like brought down the game.
I think they should have told the story of Joel and Ellie more. She went more, just did a follow-up story with Joel and Ellie here.
Right.
Joel, go ahead.
No, I was going to agree with you. It would have been more enjoyable.
Yeah. Because the flashbacks were probably the best part of this entire game. Because the flashbacks made up for the bad Abby sections there.
Mm-hmm.
But you see also... Go ahead.
Oh, no, I was going to say that's correct.
Yeah, okay. Also, that Joel stuff was pretty good there, with Joel in the game there, with the space stuff, and also, fighting the big-ass monster there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, like we got a chance to like have like a little flashback mission with him on 2 occasions, which I definitely did appreciate for the time that they was allowed us to do so, but just wish it was a little bit more.
Same here. If they did the whole game with the flashbacks, probably people wouldn't have had a problem with it there.
Right.
They had the Joel and Ellie flashbacks.
Right. No, I will say this. I will take one thing from Abby's story is that her side was a little bit more actiony. So like she had like more of the aggressive weaponry compared to Ellie. So it was actually kind of interesting to see like her arsenal and how like you had to approach enemies from Abby's standpoint.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure. Yeah. By the way, this review's for the Christmas special, Ash.
Oh, okay. Well, if it's going to be for the Christmas special, Merry Christmas to everyone.
Yeah. It's going to be up December the 1st.
Oh, great. Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays.
Yep. So, do you want to end it here, or are you good? Or do you want to keep going?
Well, the last question I would ask: would you recommend this to be a good game to buy at $59.99, or would you rather tell people to wait for like some type of flash sale?
I got it on a sale, me. That's how I got this game. Was on a sale. Because in
Okay.
the game in Canada was like $79.99 there, not $59.99 like you guys pay. It's more.
Right.
It's more. So I got it for $50 on sale.
Okay.
Because I was it had a lot of gameplay, and it had like almost 17 or 18 or 19 hours of gameplay.
Oh yeah.
I had a lot of gameplay. I was looking for the collectibles, getting all the skills and stuff like that. I didn't get all of them, but I got quite a bit of them there.
Same. I mean, and I would recommend like getting this on the deal. I wouldn't recommend anyone to pay the $59.99 for it just because of how quickly, or at least like how much time you can go through the game.
Yeah. Shot the gun in the throat. Alright, that is it.
Thank you for having me.
No problem, man. Awesome. Peace out.
Alright.
Peace. Killer J here.
And I'm JJ Wilson.
And today's game is The Last of Us Part 2.
That's right. So, what we're gonna do with the breakdown is how you wanna go what you liked about the game or what you disliked about the game first.
We'll do some of the positives there.
Okay, some of the positives that I like. First off, the graphics are on point for the most part. I think Naughty Dog did a great job with the design of most of the characters and especially the environment. And, as you play, you really felt yourself immersed into that post-apocalyptic world. Where you're trying to survive the infected, and then you got all these different factions trying to go after you. Because they see you as a threat and everything. Another thing I liked, of course, was the melee fighting. Pretty much, it was probably the most fluid I've seen them do, which I feel like it was a slight improvement on the previous one. And also the variety of the bosses, especially the Rat King, pretty gross-looking boss. So they definitely did their work when it came to designing of a lot of these different entities and people. That's sort of the positive I saw out of the game. Alright, that was my breakdown of the positives, so you can go ahead.
Okay, the positives I like was the gameplay.
Mm-hmm. And anything else?
Besides the gameplay, I like some of the enemies. Some of the enemies were pretty good. The stalkers were pretty cool. The bloaters were pretty cool. They're like these big armored zombie enemies. They're really cool.
Yeah. What do you think about the new infected that they designed, like the Shambler, and they even brought back the bloater a few times?
Alright, the Shambler was pretty good there.
Yeah, that was like a new design that they built. It was almost like a cross between a bloater and the God dog, what's the other one? The clicker.
Oh yeah, the clickers were good there. You brought back those enemies too.
Yeah, so it was kind of different that time and everything. Alright, let's quickly talk about the negatives.
Yeah.
The negatives I say was definitely how the story was presented. Obviously they kind of did Joel dirty with how he got killed, especially by this unknown character that a lot of people weren't familiar with, in Abby. And you even had to play as her like literally halfway through the game, which I kind of didn't agree with. I mean, I figured, a real Last of Us fan would rather play more Joel or just play Ellie non-stop throughout the game. We didn't really... You had us playing not just Ellie, but also Abby, the antagonist of the game, and try to see things from her perspective. And they wanted to tie in like her life almost similar to Ellie's, but not quite similar. But it just had me scratching my head, what they were trying to do. And then had these two... Spoiler alert, by the way. Had these two fight twice, not once, but twice. And there was no real, conclusive ending to that. only to have Ellie spare Abby not once but twice. So that just kind of rubbed me up the wrong way.
Yeah, that was a bad that was a bad ending, by the way.
Yeah.
Also,
I didn't like.
Go ahead.
Okay, yeah. Also, I didn't like the betrayal of Mel, which is Abby's boyfriend's current girlfriend. I forget the dude's name. The one that had that crazy sex scene or whatever.
Yeah.
That also didn't make sense. But yeah, I didn't like her betrayal either because she was a pregnant woman, trying to kill and shoot at not only other humans but also the infected. So I thought she was like putting her potential life in danger. So I didn't like that at all. They really tried to make that game make it seem like the women were just as powerful as the men.
Oh yeah, they did.
Yeah.
I forget. Abby was like
that's one of the biggest drawbacks.
Abby's like the Incredible Hulk in this game.
Yeah. Most definitely. But besides that, any other negatives you think we might admit?
Well, first of all, the fact that they had Neo Sarkeesian have something to do with this game was another negative because, yeah. Not even doing that whole social justice nonsense because they kind of ruined the game because of it there. They put LGBT elements in there, but they kind of like didn't do a proper job with it.
Right, yeah, the LGBT elements was always there, even with the first game, because it was well established that Ellie was a dyke pretty much. And
yeah.
Her first crush ended up dying because she got bit, and she wasn't immune like she was, and so that part I didn't have a problem with, but just having us play a character we're not familiar with and try to make it seem like she's the baddest chick out here, and it's like, come on now, like nobody really asked for that. That was a problem. And then also she ended up breaking up with Dina. I forgot about Dina too. I didn't like or dislike Dina. It's just like in the end, because she didn't want to stay, Ellie didn't want to stay, she was so torn by her emotions to whether stay as like a lesbian relationship with her, raising a boy, by the way, not her son but the son of Jesse.
Yeah,
she was kind of torn between that and also trying to fulfill her desire to kill Abby to avenge Joel's death and stuff. So it's stuff like that, man. It just had you scratching your head all throughout this game.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah. So those two ended up breaking up, and Ellie ain't no telling where she's going next. If they ever do like a last part 3, which I don't know if that's going to happen or not. That remains to be seen.
You probably hear her father background cracking up there.
Oh yeah, well, I'm outside. So.
Well, I'm in my house, and I got paper thin walls. That's why.
Oh.
My walls are paper thin. There, you can hear everything.
Oh, I gotcha.
People are gonna say, "What the fuck's going on in the review?" Someone sounds like someone's bouncing. It's not me.
Oh.
It's not me.
I gotcha.
Yeah. Besides that, but yeah. The Abby was like the Hulk of the game. She was like She-Hulk. She was fucking OP as fuck there.
Yeah, she was like a cross between Ronda Rousey and Cammy White.
Yeah.
Like they did a few. You get Abby, apparently.
They actually got a bodybuilder to do Abby's model there. It's actually a bodybuilder that has that model.
Oh, so she is a bodybuilder. Yeah, that makes sense. And the character for Dina has a YouTube channel. I forget her name, but it's like Italian or something.
Oh yeah, that's good.
Like a blogger or something like
that. That's cool. Hopefully her channel, probably her channel's pretty good and subscriber wise there.
But yeah, she's making the most of it, reacting to herself in a game.
Oh yeah, that's good.
Yeah.
I know. And then basically bullied Amy Hennig out of Uncharted there.
Uncharted?
Yeah, Amy Hennig was one that kept the Uncharted stories together and made them really good.
Oh, man, it's been a minute since I did the Uncharted games. Like, I played Uncharted 4, but I know that was like a good 2 years ago. Yeah, it'll probably have to take me to go back and read like some of the earlier games, because unless I just buy the collection, but yeah, let me think about that one.
Oh yeah, I like Neil Druckmann's writing because he wrote the story pretty half-assed, I find. Last of Us 1, that was a good story because it was written well because they had someone else do it too here, not just Neil. They had someone else actually keep it in check there.
Yeah.
And that's individual made the best story yet there.
Oh yeah, I mean, if they make another Uncharted, then it's not going to be with Nathan Drake. I think it might be like probably Sam, since they brought him out of nowhere. Because I never knew he had a brother up until like the fourth game. You know.
Yeah.
So they could continue with him, and then of course they got Chloe Frazier, who's clearly not retired yet. And they had her tag team with Nadine. Surprisingly. But, you know, they ended up making a pretty decent duo.
Oh, yeah, make a decent duo.
Morals, you know. Yeah.
So, what's your rating on Last of Us Part 2, JJ?
I think when I did the review of Ash, I gave it like I either gave it like an 8 or a 7.5, somewhere around there.
Okay.
So, it's probably 7.5.
I gave it a 5 because of that ending.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was originally going to give it a 7 because I liked the gameplay so much up until that point with what is it there? Abby and Ellie there, when Abby, you know, when she let Abby get away, that's when I got pissed off there.
Yeah.
That's why I gave it a 5, just for that reason alone.
Right.
So this is Killer J here.
And I'm JJ Wilson.
See you later. Peace.
Later.
Alright, it's Killer J here.
And I'm Person Top. And we're going to do The Last of Us 2. A lot of people were actually angry about this. And, like, some of these people haven't even played the game yet. And they were angry that, oh my god, how come they killed Joel and stuff like that. Spoiler if you guys haven't played the game yet. But, yeah, I thought it was a good game. And this is like, you gotta choose your right path and stuff like that, and it kind of reminds me of like a bit of Red Dead Redemption, how if you choose the wrong path, then obviously things happen in the next game, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, but you have to play as Abby though.
Yeah, I did like that thing where you could play as like two characters, so we get to know the story of both. Like, I know we knew a bit of Ellie, but like we can know a bit more of Abby as well. Because we, like, at the start, you don't know why she's angry and stuff like that till you get to the whole thing with her dad and stuff that she would, and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But
The Last of Us 2 is a great game indeed. Honestly, it's an okay game. I like the gameplay. The gameplay is the best thing about this game, is the gameplay.
yeah, and the shooting is awesome. Way better than the first one that we talked about when the shooting wasn't that good. But this, they definitely improved that.
You improved upon the shooting.
And I did like the whole thing of like they had the scars. I like how like every different person had like character and stuff, and we had the LWF going for scars and stuff like that.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, it's not a bad game there. Me, I didn't like the ending. I just gave it a 5 out of 10. That's my honest opinion. Your opinion probably differs than mine.
Well, I actually thought it was. I don't think they needed that extra bit with the whole thing. You know, when they were on the boat thing, I thought that was a bit too extra. But they could have just had it as, you know, just left that bit out. I think, in my opinion.
The guy who left it out was Ellie. Just was was living with her girlfriend. Was it Dina there?
Yeah. Her and Dina had like a little house or something like that. And I did like the flashbacks that we had. They were actually pretty cool. Like to relive some of those. Like that was pretty awesome.
Yeah. So the game is pretty good. Last of Us. Oh well. Let me see what I say about the game. I know I said repeat myself, but There is some good things I liked about the game. The new zombie types are pretty cool. That's a positive I can say. The new zombie types there.
Yeah, I did like the whole what was they called, the other guys, the red, not the bloaters, the other
the stalkers.
Yeah, something like that. The stalkers, yeah. No, not the stalkers. Like there was another big one, and like a big like zombie.
Like the Rat King or what?
Yeah, there was the Rat King. I thought that was a pretty cool thing, even though like a lot of people were like complaining about it and stuff like that. But yeah, it was. I did like that.
I know this is like this monster zombie had like a bunch of zombies fused into him. It was pretty crazy there.
Yeah, or the one that I was talking about with the Shamboards. I forgot the name, but I remember it. It was actually the Shamboard.
Yeah, it was a pretty crazy monster that fought in that boss battle.
Yeah.
So this review is going to be for the holiday special, just to let you know, here, early December.
Yeah. Like we said like earlier, like we should do something like a wrestling thing on my channel or whatever, like maybe a game or something.
Yeah, like December to December, like you said you want to do December to December.
Yeah, well I've got the network, so I'm just gonna like do something related to like Christmas related.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, this game is pretty good there. Last of Us 2 there. Well, what I liked about the game was those enemies. The levels were pretty good. I like some of the levels that have winter themed in them there.
Yeah, I did like some of the settings and stuff like that. That was pretty cool as well.
Yeah, some of the snow levels were pretty good. They just set that feeling there. I like this whole Abby where you're in, as you can see, she's in the rain there, and outside in the rain when it's at nighttime fighting those crazy enemies there.
Yeah, the LWR, or I think it is, yeah.
It was like that cult, or it was like a religious cult, I think it was.
Yeah, the Scars.
Yeah, the Scars, yeah, that was the Scars for sure. The Scars, indeed. The Scars are pretty good there. I wouldn't say they're good, but they're fun fighting there. Just like the zombies are fun fighting there.
Yeah, they were good. I did actually like the other side characters, like you had the kids. I can't remember what their name were. The kids that were with Abby, if you remember.
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought they played the role quite well, and you had Owen and Mal and stuff, and that whole love triangle thing.
Oh yeah, for sure. I like this game there. I like some parts of this game. Some parts wasn't a big fan of there. It was the ending with Ellie and Abby they both lost a lot in the end because Ellie lost Joel and Abby lost all her friends. There was no satisfying conclusion to the ending. Then just to rub dirt in the face, they had Ellie lose her fingers after the Abby battle there, which was really bad. She lost 2 of her fingers, and the ability to play guitar too.
And in a way, they were like, oh, they don't want people to have like, I know it's like a red dimensioning, but people say, oh, Arthur said revenge is a fool's game, which is right. Like, if you keep going attacking people, then in the world that they are, like, all they know is to attack people and fight for themselves.
Yeah. Yeah, this game, pretty stock standard stuff, and this is part of the Christmas special, by the way. Like, I probably already said that, but it's the first game to be reviewed there for season 14, so it's a new season. Still there, Pro Wrestling Talk?
Yeah. What other games do you have for the series?
I have lots there. I'll take a look now there after you said that there. After you said that. Might be, let me see. If I can find it there. I got Mario Kart 64.
Yeah, we could review that.
Okay. Also got Main Eater, which is going to be from someone there. So I guess that is it for now. What's your rating on the game?
My opinion, I think it was 8 out of 10. I think it could have been better in some bits, but overall, for everybody complaining about it, I thought it was a good game.
Okay. That is it for now. See you people later.
Peace, guys.